Oh, I got something that's going to blow your mind today because if you hear what I have to say, you are going to realize that you are literally going to stop whatever you're doing right now and go get so intentional about your life that it starts changing and transforming the lives of those you had no idea were waiting on you. What if you found out they've been waiting on you to stop hiding your authority? They looking for you, fam. And you've been doing the work. Yup. You've been doing the work this whole time, and you thought that all you had to do was a little bit here and a little bit there. And once you accomplish what you had set out to accomplish, then you can just stop what you're doing. But guess what? You in too deep now. You should have never started because what you actually have is not what you think. What if you found out that you were going about your day to day, doing what you do, and asking for permission to do something that God already commissioned you to do? What if you found out that you had paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn how to do what God already qualified you to do? What if you found out that you were trying to get the certification when you already have a divine certification and authorization? What would you do if I told you that you've been divinely certified because you've already been qualified and authorized to go and do exactly what it is that you're meant to? I'm not trying to talk in circles. I'm not trying to talk fluff. I'm trying to be honest and genuinely real with you. Some of y'all are so stuck right now and you're struggling because you're overqualified. And you're trying to do something that is actually below your pay grade. See, you've been called to hire and you trying to get hired. That don't make sense. You've been literally positioned for greatness, but you've been settling for less. I was reading and listening and thinking, and it hit me that the number one mistake that most people make is they try to get somebody else's identity and apply it to their own and think that's what's going to make them exactly what it is that they want, whether it be money, status, a feeling that they desire. But here's the reality. If you're living on borrowed identity, that is evidence of forfeited authority. Now, they say that God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. But there are so many people who are running from their calling, and they've already been qualified to do what it is they've been called to. Yet they're wondering why this just can't work out. This doesn't want to work out. I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. You're not stuck. That's not the problem. You're stubborn. And you are the reason why you are not where you desire to be. You're like Jonah. Jonah wanted to get on a boat, head to his destination, and not have to worry about anything that he felt was important because he did love God. He did want to do what it was that God was telling him to. But the problem is when Jonah's feelings got in the way, you ever felt like, oh my goodness, I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like picking up this phone. I don't feel like showing up to this place. I don't feel like dealing with these kids. I don't feel, well, your feelings are not facts. And your faith is not even based in facts or feelings. Your faith is based in what you know to be true because you ain't new to it. You true to it. Well, that was Jonah. See, Jonah was literally giving an instruction from God to take a message. Yeah, Jonah was a scam. Oh, you didn't know Jonah was a scam. He was a whole scam artist. Now, why do I say that? I say that because scam stands for secretly carrying a message. Jonah had been given a message to take to Nineveh. He was a prophet. He was supposed to take the message God gave him to go and tell these people what they needed to hear in Nineveh. Jonah said, "Oh, you want me to go there? I'm going to go here." He hopped on a boat and was like, "Nah, bump that. I'm not telling them people nothing. I don't like them. Those are my enemies. I don't want to have anything to do with them." Well, what if you found out that the people that you were avoiding were actually the ones that God had called you to? These are the people that are waiting on you and they don't even know it. But you know it. You know exactly where you're supposed to be. You know exactly how you're supposed to show up, and you know exactly what to say, but you a whole scam. Because I told you, scam stands for secretly carrying a message. So Jonah was carrying a message, secretly carrying a message. He was a whole scam. But then whenever things got bad, it wasn't because it was just a stormy night. It's because the person who was given the instruction to go somewhere decided not to go where he was supposed to go, and he put everybody in danger. Who are you putting in danger by scamming? Meaning you are secretly carrying a message. Who are you possibly putting in danger because you won't go and say what you need to say? See, there are people who are waiting on you to show up and they don't even know it. They don't know that they're waiting on you. They just know that they're waiting on God to answer their prayers. And the very things they have been praying for, God has equipped you to go and deliver it to them. There's a psalm. It says that hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a desire fulfilled is a tree of life. Who has God equipped you to be the tree of life to and for? But if you don't open up your mouth and actually speak, I've heard so many people say that, if you delight yourself in the Lord, he'll give you the desires of your heart. Well, who are you preventing from receiving what God has given to you to go get it in? See, they are delighting and they are fighting for their lives. And you are the one who has been given the message that they need to hear. Yet you have come to some realization that I don't feel like doing this, or I don't think I'm qualified. Listen, not only has God qualified you, he's certified you, he's authorized you, but you don't need nobody else's permission to do what God has already commissioned you to. So what hit me today was the fact that there are so many people that are struggling because they're waiting for could you imagine being a king or a queen waiting for somebody's permission to rule? That make it make sense. Well, God has positioned you as a king or a queen of your thing. What are you waiting on? See, you were given everything that you needed whenever you went through that struggle, them seasons, those things that you overcame, but you didn't do it by yourself. Oh, no, 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 no. See, the same things that we testify and say, "Oh, Lord, thank you for this, thank you for that." Once we get past that moment of what we were giving thanks for, we move right along until we get into another situation we didn't want to be in. So when you're dealing with a situation like Jonah, Jonah was literally trying to avoid doing what he had been called to. And because he was avoiding what he had been called to do, he was muting himself. Well, how many of you would like to unmute yourself today so that you can get the message that is inside of you out of you so you can stop living in danger and stop putting others in danger? Stop breaking hearts. Stop causing people to wait on something that they already have. The thing is, you have exactly what it is you are meant to deliver. It's like a woman with a baby. She's been anticipating getting that thing up out of her. She's going through all of these pains and these aches and these struggles and these trials, and she got these hunger cravings, and she can't sleep the same. She can't breathe the same. She's just having a hard time. Life is difficult, but it's not going to stop until she delivers this baby. And Jonah was not going to be at ease or peace until he delivered that message. Well, what do you know? He admitted. He fessed up. He said, "You know what? I'm the scam. I'm secretly carrying a message, and go ahead and just throw me overboard because that's exactly why we're in this situation. I'm not going where I'm supposed to go, and that's why we are where we are." They took this man and threw him overboard, and God said, "Oh, you thought you was done?" And then he gets gobbled up by a big fish. Well, whatever version of it you want to look at. Well, what if right now you are being consumed because of what you are not consuming? The reason you may be being consumed by everything going on around you is because you've been eating the wrong things. You've been feeding yourself and fueling yourself with things that are actually tainting you and draining you. It's not maintaining or sustaining. All of that complaining you doing. Jonah was complaining. I don't want to go to them folks. I don't like them people. Yeah, but you were called to them. Yeah, but you were qualified to them. Yeah, you were authorized. You were certified. Oh, you wanted me to make it plain? Hey, you need to start that business. Ah, I don't know. I just feel like I need to, I need to learn a little bit more. What you need to learn that you don't already know that can actually get the job done. You complaining about your finances not being where you want them to be, yet at the same time, God has already qualified you, certified you, authorized you, equipped you with exactly what you need in order to do what it is that will solve your own problem. So you walking around like this woman who has this baby who don't want to let it out. The baby got to be delivered. The baby has to be birthed. Well, what is in you that needs to be delivered? Because once you let it go, once you push it out, no, it's not easy. But what is? You tell me one thing in life that was easy that you did not know how to do in the beginning, and I'll tell you somebody who ain't living. The hardest thing that we will ever do is let go of the identity that somebody else put on us. And that identity does not belong to you, fam. It is not until you let go of the lower nature and take hold of the higher nature that you'll finally start seeing why you are where you are. And it's not always that, oh, I'm somewhere I don't want to be. You might be exactly where you need to be, and you'll be grateful for it once you get through it. See, Jonah was stuck in a big old well, and he was not trying to go to Nineveh. But what happened? He came to his senses. See, he almost lost his life. And when he began to pray and he told God, okay, I'll do what you asked me to do. Then he said, okay, I'm going to let you live. Spit him out exactly where he was supposed to be, in Nineveh. Once he gets to Nineveh, he goes and he delivers the message. The scam is up. The jig is up. Remember, I told you, scam stands for secretly carrying a message. Well, the secret is out once he opens up his mouth. Now, all of these people are hearing this message. And then what happens? Jonah gets upset. Why? Jonah's angry because, see, his God was a God who would let them have enough time to change their mind. Here's the hypocrisy. Jonah was given enough time to change his mind. Yeah, the pressure was on. I mean, you would change your mind if you was about to lose your life too, right? But because he had enough time to change his mind, he had the opportunity to go and do what he was meant to do. See, he had the message that he needed to deliver. And once he delivered the message, the people repented. The people changed their minds. The people were given grace. Well, all that grace that God is giving you wasn't just for you, fam. You didn't just go through everything you went through in life just to be where you are right now. You also have steps that you need to take. You also have people waiting on you. And you don't need to go and learn anything else. You've learned more than enough. You're more than likely more qualified than the gurus that's out here telling people what to do. See, you're the person that actually has the ability to change somebody's trajectory by changing their direction. Sometimes people will be going in the wrong direction until they meet you. And when they meet you, what you say to them is exactly what they needed to hear in order to realize they were going the wrong way. It's like, hey, I'm trying to get to Timbuktu. Okay, but if they're supposed to go north, but they're going south, they need somebody to make them aware of that, right? Well, you are the one who can redirect them. Why? Because you've been where they're trying to get to. As a matter of fact, you are where they're trying to get. You are the person that they're in need of meeting. And you would not. I was diagnosed in 2024 with multiple sclerosis. And that diagnosis pointed me in a direction where I had to go regularly. That's the doctor. I met some of the most intentional people I've ever met in my life at the doctor's office, at the hospitals. Why? Because they weren't focused on all of these other problems. They saw with clarity what was in front of them. And it's not until you realize that you don't have time to waste that you start getting intentional about it. So I had conversations with people that had very, very heavy messages. It was a gift that was given to me to help me see things more appropriately. See, y'all, only reason y'all see me with no glasses right now, because I don't want these ring lights in it. But Jared wears glasses. See, without these, I really can't see that well. And then there are times where I wake up and I still can't see that well with glasses on. There are seasons where Jared might be blind because of his health. Why am I telling you that? Because sometimes we are blinded by the things that we can't see that are coming our way. You're like, wait a minute, huh? Yeah, yeah. We're blinded by the things we can't see that are coming our way because when they do come our way, we can't see everything else that's in front of us. We can only see what's right now. And that's okay because right now is all you need. You don't need to be looking forward to everything that's going to happen and all of that stuff. Those are distractions. Tomorrow will worry about itself. Don't be anxious about tomorrow. Today got enough problems of its own. See, Jonah was trying to see with clarity everything that was in front of him because he didn't want to go where he knew he needed to be. So he tried to go in a direction he wasn't supposed to until danger and almost losing his life turned him around. And then he started going in the direction that he needed to go, but he didn't even know where he was going. He just knew that he was in a big old fish. When he yielded and said, I will do what you have asked me to do, God, that is when he got put exactly where he was supposed to be. You don't need to be worried about everything that's going on in the future. You only need to see what's in front of you right now based on your ability that you have acquired because of what you've already been through in the past. Your past has produced a perspective that would allow you to serve somebody else with your vision. Sometimes you have to allow somebody to see that something is capable in order for them just to keep going. Remember, I told you, hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a desire fulfilled is a tree of life. That's what Proverbs says. But see, when we withhold our fruits, when we don't give the fruits, see, we can't eat the fruit. That fruit is not for us. No tree eats of its own fruit. So that fruit is a result. Fruit stands for full results understood in time. And the results that you have yielded based off of what you have gone through is exactly what somebody needs. So don't be a scam. Don't be the person secretly carrying a message. Be the person that shows up on purpose with purpose because God has qualified them, He has certified them, and He has also authorized them to do exactly what it is that they may be doubting that they can. It's okay. It's cool. It's okay for you to doubt that you can do something. Just don't doubt that God can. Because the doubt that you have on Him, that makes you double-minded, unstable in all your ways. But when you recognize and realize that, oh my goodness, this person that's in front of me needs me to tell them that it's capable. It's okay. They can get through this. Well, that means you're the evidence. You, you are the evidence that they need. Matter of fact, you are God's evidence that they can get through it because you've been through it. He done already took you. You already been to the destination. You are exactly where that person wants to be, but you won't recognize the value of what you already have due to the fact that you are trying to get something that you don't need. You thought you needed it. You told you needed that. Or you listened to somebody else tell you that you needed that. Maybe they needed it, but you don't. You don't need to go and get another degree. You don't need to go and get that other job. You don't need to go and get that certification. You don't need to go and get in that relationship. You don't need to go and do anything else in order to do what you're already qualified and divinely certified with authority to do. So if you stop waiting, then you'll stop hiding. If you show up and actually just take the next step, you'll find yourself walking in a way that it may not make sense. It may not make sense, but walk by faith and not by sight, my friend. See, if you walk by faith, then that means you're also walking with hope. That means you are anticipating something to happen that you are desiring in the future. And who knows, maybe God has already equipped somebody else to meet you when you get to the destination that you don't even know you get. You don't even know where it is you're going. This is like Abraham when he was just Abram. God told him where to go. He told him what direction. Go east. He goes east. And what happens? He don't know where he going to get to. But what he does know is God told him that I will reveal everything else later. If you take the next step and then the next step and then the next step, you'll get to exactly where you need to be. And when you take these steps and walk by faith, you will get not only to your destination, but you'll gain your next certification because God is the one who certifies you because you are his proof. And you are proof that somebody else can get through what it is that they're going through. They just might need you to show up. Or it's somebody waiting on you to show up so they can show you that you can get through what you're going through right now too. Look, focus on the fact that if God has qualified you, you're overqualified for the certain circumstance you're in right now. Do what you are qualified to do and stop being afraid because that fear is literally flooded emotions appearing rational. And there is nothing rational about recognizing that you ain't new to this. You true to this. And then acting like you ain't. Look, fam, stay focused. Know that you got this and understand above all things, at the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna make you do anything you are qualified to do but God. So you might want to get to stepping soon. Otherwise, you'll be swallowed up in a situation you don't want to be in order to get you to make a decision. Decide today. Take a step and understand you got this because God got you. Now stay focused. Much love.